Hi, this is Denise Mathew, and today I'm going to make these post-style earrings. I have these little crystals that I've used, but I'm going to do a couple different versions, just using different beads so you have an idea so you're not limited to only one type of bead to use. These are like a double-pointed quartz crystal. You can get these at artbeads.com. I will have the link there below if you're interested. And they're great little earrings. They're very versatile. You can wear them for daily use or for anything. And again, super simple to make. So let's get started. One important thing is that you need a bead that has a drill in the center. Okay, so this is a double pointed quartz bead. So I'm working with a 22 gauge wire. You could probably go up to a 20 to a 21 gauge wire. I wouldn't go much more than that because that's going to be going through your ear, so that's the ear post. And basically I wouldn't go much lower than a 22. I think 22, 24 wouldn't be stable enough to hold an ear post. You want to guide that right through your bead. This is a 10 millimeter by 5 millimeter. So just put that right through there, and remember that this is going to be your ear post. So generally about a quarter of an inch, maybe a little bit more. Some people like ear posts a little bit longer, but I just put about a quarter of an inch, and you can measure that. And then once that's through, you're just going to hold that and then take that longer piece of wire. I started out with 3 inches of wire. Better to start out with a little bit extra wire than less, because you don't want to run out of wire and not be able to wrap as much as you want. Now just take that wire. Now you want to keep that post. You want that other part of your wire to stay out. You don't want that to get shorter, so that's important that you keep hold of that when you're actually working, just in the beginning until you start wrapping. So then just take that, and it's not a fancy way to do it. There's no hard and fast rule. It's whatever you want to do, but just kind of wrap it right around your crystal that you're working with. So here, if you notice, and then just you might want to take your chain nose pliers and just kind of squeeze that, and just be careful you don't damage the bead because some are very fragile. So just kind of push it against the stone. Now this isn't a regularly shaped stone, so it's not going to really go very flush, but just try and do it as best you can. So I just went around once, if you notice, and I'm sort of at the side of my post, and then one more time. And I just like to do it twice, and just, you could do it 3 times, you could do it 4 times. Actually, I'm going to go one more time just to show you because I have extra wire. And so just one more time, and it kind of makes it like a little bundle like that. And then once you're there, you're going to take, I have a little bit of wire left over. This is what I have. Super, super simple. Take it right around to the bottom, to the part of the post that's actually sticking out of the crystal, and then just go right around. You're going to go right around a few times. Just as many, not too, you don't want to go down too far, because you remember, if you're going down too far, you're going to be shortening your post. So you just want to keep it as close to the crystal as possible. And so that's why it's always usually good to get a little bit more length on your post to make sure that it's going to be correct for your ear, because you don't want to lose too much of the post. You can't add any to it. Now that I've done that, I've just wrapped it around a couple times, and then I'm just going to go in with my wire cutters and then just trim it back as close as possible, and then just take my chain nose pliers and then just tighten that. And then what you can also do is just push down on those coils, so you're going to get them as close as possible to your bead, so that's what you would have. And it's quite cute. So then after that, you're going to have to finish off your wire, and so that it doesn't cut your ear when you put it on. So you're just going to get rid of all this is a wire rounding tool. You could use that. If you don't have that, you could use a metal nail file, or also use a jewelry file, and just go like that. And you would just make sure that there's no sharp points. And then at this point, you just need to have a silicone backing, or just like here, I have a butterfly backing, and then that would be your completed earring. Okay, and if you wanted to do, now these crystal beads are not so simple to find, so I wanted to do an alternate. This is an 8 millimeter pearl, again, center drilled. So just put your wire right through. I'm going to use the exact same gauge. So I'm going to make the post that long, another 3 inch. So just kind of right over, like that, and then just over again, and try and keep that centered. So you want your wrap to be close to your post, and then you're just going to go right around. Now I'm just going to do one with this one, like that, and then just right down to the other side and right around the post. And just use your chain nose pliers to make sure that you want that coil to be nice and tight. Now I've been wearing these for a long time, this style of earring, and it doesn't irritate your ear or anything like that, so it's actually pretty good. There's no sharp bits even though you're having the wire close. So it's just a matter of making sure it's trimmed nicely and then tucked in, and you'll have no problem with it poking your ear or anything like that. So then again, just push down with your chain nose pliers to make sure that you just pull them together a little bit closer, like that. But it still does a cute job. And then you would just finish the ear wire, and then you would have your pair of earrings. What I'm going to do is, it's hard to see, but that's all I had. It's basically a square crystal, but it's, instead of being drilled straight through, it's drilled sort of on an angle. And I found that this was actually really good. It kind of is similar to the double pointed crystal, so that's why I liked it. So this is a small version. You could probably get a bigger version. Most crystal places, I know that I got this one at Art Beads as well, so they'll have this. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but what I'll do is I'll look up the name and I will put a link to it if anybody wants to buy this type. And these, of course, are sold by Just the Crystal. So then again, just the same thing. You're going to do a post and then start to go. I started with 3 inches of wire and just start to wrap around like that. I'm just going to wrap. So just wrap it around like that. And this is what I would have. If I had more wire, I could have wrapped it around twice, but I'm just going to do the one, and then right down to the base of the post part. Really, you just have to go around there once. It's not more than that. You can do more if you like, but again, you don't want to bulk it up too much so you'll lose some of that ear post. So there, tighten that up. Just be careful, it's because it's a crystal. Push down, and then you would have. So the only thing you want to do after you have your pair of earrings made is you just want to compare the ear posts to see if they're the same length, and if they're not, you could always trim back a little bit of one so that they're the same. It's just to have them, just to look more uniform. Ideally, you might want to work with a half hard wire, but if you don't have a half hard wire, you can just take your wire straightening pliers and you can just run them over your ear post a few times to try and stiffen that up so it's a little bit stiffer, so when you put it in your ear it will be more stiff. Now if your wraps separate, again, just push them together in the center. Just use your chain nose pliers to center them, and then you would have your earrings. So this concludes the tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you next time. Thanks for coming. Bye for now.